Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I just got done in the gym and I'm going to show you like a little bit of my workout routine, and I'm going to take you through my day, show you what I eat, how I've lost the 40 pounds and how I keep it off. So stay tuned if you're ready for the day. Alright, good morning guys. I'm currently in the gym parking lot. It's freaking cold and there's someone coming along. They're going to judge me for taking a video. I just don't want to work out today. Like, I don't want to work out any day. Who am I kidding? But it's so cold. I'm just not one of those people who is like, I love going to the gym and I feel so great when I work out. That's not me. Alright, so I'm gonna make some breakfast now. What have you got to show, Riley?
Bus. I've made a bus.
That's pretty cool.
Those are the tires, this is the grown-up side, and this is the kids' side.
Hey, do you want to go to flip out today?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to flip out. Morgan, do you want to go flip out?
Yep.
So I've got some leftover sweet potato, which I'm gonna warm up. Do you want some?
Yep.
Little thief! So I've got that, and then I'm also gonna cut up a broccoli, and that's gonna be my breakfast. So I just use this steamer, which I really like, and I'm gonna put a link so that you can find it on Amazon. And I just put a little bit of water and I cook it for about 5 minutes. Alright, so while my broccoli is cooking up for my breakfast, because I'm going to go out today, I'm going to make up a stew really quick. And I've got some carrots and I've got some frozen pumpkin, which is real handy. Also frozen onion, because that is super handy as well. And I'll show you how I put together a super D stew type thing. So I really think one of the reasons people struggle so much with losing weight is they think that it has to be super complicated, and they'll get caught up in making like really gourmet food, which is great. Yeah, look at you. You got a boot. What are you doing? Are you trying to climb up the wall?
No, I'm just putting it up.
Oh, you weirdo. Yeah, so you're gonna see the soup that I make is very simple, and I love meals like this because I'm a busy mum and I work full-time for myself, so having things that I can just chuck together and make soup quickly is the difference between me staying healthy and going and getting takeout. Got the instant pot here, these carrots that I cooked up. I'm also going to put some of this mix in, one-handed as you do. I also have some frozen pumpkin, so I'm going to shove all of that in. I love to buy these kind of just like a soup mix, so it's got a combination of pearl barley, split peas, yellow peas, red lentils. It actually is alphabet pasta, which I didn't realise, but it's just a tiny bit, I'm not worried. I could put potatoes and things like that. I just don't have much in my cupboard right now. Got a bit of frozen onion, throw that in. Hey Nick, what else could go in this soup? What would you put in it?
Kurma.
So I forgot, but I actually have some leeks, so I'm going to chuck some of this in. So I chopped up these leeks that I found, and I did put those potatoes in like you saw. I'm also going to put in some stock cubes. Also going to put some mixed herbs in there. Like that much. Oh, I'll put it on for slow cooker. So here's my breakfast now. I'm going to sit and enjoy this. I never used to eat things like this. Like I always ate porridge, but I have just been enjoying it lately. I've been enjoying eating sweet potato and broccoli for breakfast. So if I've got it cooked up, if it's ready, or I've gone in the morning and actually prepared it, then I will normally eat this. Otherwise I'll have things like porridge. But either way, really healthy, pretty low in calories, but very filling. So this is probably about a 400 to 500 calorie meal. And so when you're trying to lose weight, that's kind of in the zone that you want to be at. I don't recommend counting calories, but what I've done here is I've used calorie density. So I'm using foods that are low in calories for the amount of weight that they have, and I don't need to count calories I just eat until I'm full. And it's delicious, and I stay full for hours because I've got things like the sweet potato. People try and eat just broccolis and then they wonder why they end up binging. It's because this is water. This is like drinking water and being like, I had a full meal, that water was so good. Like, you can't do that. I just really hope that I don't find another slug. That's the main thing I'm concerned about right now. Oh, and we're late. We're late for where we're going, but what's new? Okay, guys, we're at Flip Out.
Yeah.
Are you super stoked and excited?
Yeah, we're so toasty in here, and also we're going to Flip Out! Yeah! Come here, Mom.
Coming. How's that, Maud? So this is how the soup kind of thing turned out. Tastes alright, and I put some homemade hummus on top and some coriander. What I did for the girls' dinners is, like you can see here, that it looks a little bit more creamy. She hasn't really eaten it. Riley ate most of hers, good job. But I put a little bit of coconut cream in there, and I mixed more hummus in there as well, just so that their meals are higher in calories for them, because they're going to eat a lot less and they need more. So I'm just doing a little bit of work in my office, just doing stuff for like Clean with Plants, which is the membership that I run, and I'm snacking on some persimmon. And this is like a seriously abysmal looking snack. Like, no one snacks eating this much food, but
Mummy, Morgan is eating some of her soup.
Morgan's eating her soup. Hallelujah. And then she can eat some other food, eh?
Yeah.
So what did you just eat?
A little bit later, I ate some soup, and I ate 3 bowls, and after a little while, I ate another bowl of soup.
And you just had some banana bread that Nana made, eh? With peanut butter. I wanted to eat that, but it doesn't fit in with where I'm trying to go, what I'd like to maintain with my body. It doesn't really fit in for me, but I'm eating a whole persimmon. I had 3 kiwi fruit, and I also had a lemonade fruit, which looks like a lemon on the outside, but it tastes sweet. It's real good. So yum. You sit on a cactus?
Yeah.
Silly Billy. Okay guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit about weight loss and understanding how that fits in with, well, my kids are mad. understanding how that fits in with working out and some kind of exercise routine. So first off, for my own personal experience, which is not from any kind of studies or any kind of actual statistical data at all, but for my own journey, I did not start my weight loss with exercise. I changed my diet. I started incorporating a lot more vegetables into my diet. This was the thing that changed the most. So instead of me having a lot of fruit, like I would eat copious amounts of very high calorie smoothies. I would be eating things like banana ice cream and then putting like raw nola on that as well, which I think back now, because it had a lot of dates in it, obviously not bad, not unhealthy, but very, very high in calories. And I would always have things like freshly squeezed orange juice, which is delicious, but I would have like liters of the stuff and I would not feel full at all. So that was added probably 600, 700 plus calories to my diet. So when I changed, I went from having this throughout my day, which was not helping me in the first place, to having things like baked potatoes with broccoli or some kind of soup for lunch. I would quite often have a similar thing for breakfast. I started eating oatmeal. I ate this very similar things for breakfast, lunch and dinner, similar to kind of what I've shown you today, but that has changed a little bit over time as well. So what got me losing weight was really that I went from maintaining my weight, eating roughly the amount of calories that my body needed to maintain that quite significantly higher weight, which you can see right here. This is what I used to look like. I went from that to getting into a calorie deficit. So a calorie deficit is vital for fat loss. Yes, there are many factors that influence whether you get into a calorie deficit or not. So a calorie from an Oreo and a calorie from a broccoli are not the same, even though some fitness accounts are going to make you think that they are. They're just simply not, in terms of how they affect your metabolism and how they're actually digested, how fat is stored. There's a lot to it, and I'm not going to get into that today. I talk about this a lot more in my podcast, so if you're interested in that like real science, nitty-gritty stuff, definitely go check out the podcast. So I didn't do a ton of exercise. It was only really when I had lost a significant amount of weight that I felt like I was able to work out without that being a really painful, really negative experience. So there's this massive misconception that exercise is going to help people lose weight. The biggest reason for this is that people think that exercise burns a lot of calories. So it can burn some calories, but not as much as you actually think it's going to burn. The other issue is that there's two things that happen when you exercise. You have a compensation in your hunger. So you want that on? You actually start eating more, you are hungrier when you've been exercising. So you can compensate for the calories that you have burnt by eating more calories. And because people underestimate how much calories or how many calories you actually burn through exercise, it's really easy to just eat like a tiny bit more here and there or a lot more here and there and not see any kind of change because of that. Another thing that happens is you simply move less. So the amount that you move throughout the day decreases. So this is another way that your calories actually start to level out, even if you've done a ton of exercise. Another reason it's not a great idea to focus or to rely on calorie counting or fitness trackers or anything like that, because it's just simply not an accurate representation of how your body actually works. So the exercises that I do now, the way that I train now, I typically train like twice. If I'm really great, I'll do 3 times a week, and I strength train. So I have done this to build some muscle, but the only reason that you can see any muscle visibility in my body is because I'm at a relatively low fat percentage. So if you want abs, like I see all these YouTube videos for, like, get abs and do this and you'll get abs, or do that and you'll get a flat stomach. It's body fat percentage, guys. This is your nutrition. This is what you eat on a daily basis that determines whether you are burning fat and actually being able to see ab muscles or not. It has nothing to do, or very little to do, with how much you work out if you're not actually getting your nutrition in check. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you want more very in-depth information about understanding exercise and weight loss, then definitely check out my podcast episode, and I'm going to link that in the description below so that you'll be able to see how this works and get that real understanding. Okay, so it's time to make some dinner. It's actually way past time to make dinner. I got people coming at 7 for a bit of a mum's night. This is how I roll. Got basically no food in the cupboard. I mean in the fridge. So in here is a very abysmal little broccoli. That can come out of the fridge. Mountains of chickpeas. Old coriander. I just really don't have much stuff in here. So kind of just make do with what you've got for dinner. Gonna have sushi bowls, which I feel like I just have all the time, but it's just life. You kind of end up having quick, easy meals all the time. It's just, life is busy, so I don't make new stuff all the time. So this is how Nick does his tofu. I just fry it on its own and then I add stuff. Am I doing it right, Nick?
I guess so.
Get out! Get out! Okay, fail. Oh, I got a workout though. I put a little bit of this in here. Oh my. Genius. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then you just put it into a non-stick pan. Just tofu like that. A little broccoli. Got this sad little avocado and some carrot that's started to oxidize. Cut up some of this too, and then I'll show you the final product.
You say boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
Like move things like bowls, lids. Hey, so we've got our rice and all this prepped up, tofu, some ginger and things like sesame seeds. I'm gonna add some for the kids' meals. And Nick made up this rice, and he just put some black rice in there to give it this lovely purple colour. And I just give them more things like avocado and seeds. Riley, do you want to get some hemp seeds out?
Hemp seeds, sure. Hemp seeds, hemp seeds, hemp seeds.
My kids to eat this meal. Okay, so I'm gonna make my sushi bowl now. Probably start with that much rice. I can always go back and get more if I want more. I don't know portion sizes, I just go by calorie density, so I add a ton of veggies to it. Make myself feel full on this. Get some tofu in there as well. Get some avocado. A little bit of sesame seeds. It tastes really yummy. This is a really big bowl too. Got soy sauce in here. Just gonna mix it with this. Gonna go enjoy this pretty big plate. This is, I don't know, like a soup noodle bowl. This is gonna be a real yum dinner. Again, I'm eating this all the time. If you follow me on IG, you know. So, anyway, this dinner. So I totally forgot that I was filming a YouTube video today. So I had a bit of like a girls' night. I had some ladies over and I just asked everyone to bring healthy food. So some people bought some like chips and stuff. I didn't have any of that. But I had some hummus, I had some carrot sticks, like fruit, and it was really helpful that because I'd asked everyone to bring healthy food, there wasn't really stuff there that I was tempted to eat, and it made it a really nice evening for me. So if you're struggling with this side of things and you're like, okay, well, what about when I'm eating socially? I mean, if you're doing something at your house, you kind of get to dictate what comes into your house for your event, or at least mostly. So there is that freedom there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. Subscribe to my channel if you like this, and I'll talk to you again soon when I'm not like dressed up to high fashion like I am